it's so important for every woman to discover her worth and her beauty. And this is one thing that I really struggled with in high school, is I had no idea of my worth, had no idea of the fact that I was beautiful in the eyes of God. I was so concerned about the world's idea of beauty and living up to the standard of beauty that the culture or my friends set. Yeah, I felt I had to compromise my purity and my standards in order to be wanted or to feel loved. And I say loved, but really I think it was when I started to hear the messages of Theology of the Body and understand that every single person has profound dignity in the eyes of God. If we go straight to the core, really, of our humanity, it's that we are made in the image and likeness of God. And God is love. So we are made in the very image and likeness of love, which is the thing that our hearts desire most. We all desire to love and be loved. So to be made in the very image and likeness of the thing that we desire should allow us to begin this journey of then asking, okay, well then, what does that mean for my life? If I have profound dignity as a human person, then I have profound dignity as a daughter of God. And if I have profound dignity as a daughter of God, then that means that I have profound worth and dignity in my Father, in heaven. And I think, so many women search for that affirmation from men, rightly so, because there's nothing wrong with desiring affirmation. But if it's not given in a healthy way from, say, a woman's father as she's growing up, or if she doesn't have a right understanding of that from the Heavenly Father, then she's going to start searching and seeking for it in men in her life. And that's not always necessarily a healthy affirmation. And so what women feel they need to do often is that they need to give themselves, There's a great American speaker named Sarah Swofford, and she says that women will often use sex to get love, and men will use love to get sex, and I think that's so true in our culture. We can really see that, but what that does is it speaks to the insecurities of the feminine heart, and this, I think women have two deep desires, and that is one for love, authentic love, and the other one is to be seen as beautiful, right? So if a guy comes along and affirms her beauty, well then, she's going to want more of that affirmation. If it's not rightly ordered from both the male and the female, then we're just going to see this kind of lustful cycle start where, the woman is giving her body in order to receive affirmation and love, and the man is giving that affirmation and love to have her body. And every woman knows when she's being used, and every woman intuitively can tell when that love is not authentic or when it's selfish. And so I think what I would encourage every woman who hears this to do is to, I don't know, where you are in your prayer, whatever, but just open up your heart as much as you can to God and just allow Him to show you your worth and your beauty and your dignity in His eyes, and then keep going to Him for that affirmation, not the world. And over time, that, and it is in all humility that you are loved beyond measure and that you are so beautiful in the eyes of God, and trusting in that will help you not to put your standards down. You won't need to, because you will know your worth. And I think hand in hand with that comes the virtue of modesty. And that doesn't mean looking as ugly as possible and wearing a Hessian bag from your head to your toe, but it's about being pure and fashionable at the same time, dressing according to your body style, your body shape, revealing to those that you encounter that you are more than your body, that you're more than a collection of body parts, and that you are a mystery and a person to be known, not to be shown, and I think it's so important that women see the value and the virtue of modesty as a great gift, not as a burden, and not just modesty with our physical appearance, but modesty in our speech, in our thoughts, in our actions, the way we dance when we go out. It just encompasses everything, and it really highlights and builds upon the mystery of the feminine mystery, really, and the beauty and the dignity of what it means to be woman. And I think women have lost that. There's little mystery with women in our culture, you know, and we've got to discover the beauty of that more. It's amazing the effect that has on the men, because when a woman truly knows her worth and her dignity and she veils what is precious and what is good, then she automatically inspires the men around her to raise his standards in order to value and honour her, you know, and it works two ways here. But if we're not in touch with that, then we need to discover it more fully.
Amen.
Yeah.
Can you see why I married her? Beautiful, beautiful.